about the last time you had a classic cocktail. Think about the way it smelled, the way it tasted, the way it made you feel. Did you know that one of the ingredients in a classic cocktail is a bitter? So what the heck are bitters? Bitters are made by putting ingredients into hard alcohol. You let them sit for a couple weeks, strain out all the ingredients so that you're just left with the liquid, and then you can use them in your beverages. And they're basically like herbs and spices for drinks. So the more variety of bitters you have, the more variety of drinks that you can create. The problem that we're solving is that there's lots of local bars in Kansas City, but not a lot of local bitter companies to serve those bars. There's also a lack of creative flavors when you go out to buy bitters, and going out for cocktails can get really pricey. Throwing a cocktail party at your home, however, can be very intimidating. I mean, where do you even start? How do you build a cocktail? Current solutions on the market are Angostura, it's the king of bitters behind most every bar, and Peychaud's. There are a few local bitter makers in town, but most of the time they're only making bitters for the bar they work at. They're not commercially available. And there are some subscription cocktail kits on the market. However, you just kind of get the one you get for the month. There's not a lot of choice there. Our solution is Good Bitter Best, small batch cocktail bitters handmade in Kansas City. For those who want to taste all life has to offer. We'd like to sell 5-ounce Woozy bottles wholesale to bars, and we'd also like to sell our smaller dropper bottles direct to consumer. Right now, we're selling 3 of the dropper bottles in a little kit. Our solution is Good Bitter Best because we're local, and Kansas Cityans love buying local things and love supporting small local companies, so I feel that we're going to do very well in this market. We're also flexible. Because we are making small batches, we can really flex with the season, with individual events that are happening, with bar owners that want a unique drink for their bar. We're able to kind of do that pretty easily. Also, we're going to offer events and classes around town because we want people to come out and try the bitters and figure out how to use them. Make your own cocktail event is something I think people would really enjoy. And the big idea is to get people face-to-face with each other, having a great time, and Good Bitter Best really believes in community. These are other bitter companies in the United States that are making small batch bitters. I'd like to point out that the only other company making bitters commercially in Kansas City is Green Bitters, and I just haven't seen those bitters very many places yet. So hoping to kind of get in there. With 1821 and Crude, the thing that I really like about their company is that they offer classes in their respective towns. And so they have a place where people can come together, try the bitters, and learn how to use them, which is what we're hoping to do as well. As you can see, the market opportunity for bitters is very good, and it is expected to have a 3.2% raise in the next couple years. Other markets that surround bitters, distilleries are important for us because to make a classic cocktail, you need to start with a spirit. So they are on the rise, as you can see. Ready-to-drink cocktails are also on the rise. They're supposed to see a big bump in the next couple years. And putting a dash of bitters in your White Claw or your Truly actually is really awesome because it adds to the flavor, adds some depth, makes it more enjoyable. Breweries, however, are stagnating / on the decline, and so we think that cocktails are going to come in and kind of fill that gap. I was able to look at the Kansas City metro population as well as the bars and restaurants in town and kind of distill it down to who would be interested in Good Bitter Best. And if 5% of those people were buying in 1 year, I'd be able to make over $200,000 in revenue. Our target market for consumers would be millennials and women that are 55 plus. Millennials really enjoy experiences over stuff, and that's what we're all about at Good Bitter Best, is creating unique and delicious experiences. Also with women that are 55 plus, they're going to be the entertainers of their household traditionally, so having couple friends over, having their ladies over, and being able to create a cocktail specifically for that event is something that I think all their guests would really enjoy. For the bars we're going to be looking at, we're going to be going for cocktail bars that are higher end. We're going to be looking for bar managers and owners that are kind of coming up with their own menu and customizing for the season and for what current trends are and working with them there. We also want to sell at local shops such as Gomer's and Made in KC that offer local goods. Our strategy to reach our consumers is to sell on Etsy, which we're already doing, and people love Etsy who like handmade small batch things, and so that works really well for us. We're also going to have the private parties and classes to be able to reach people. I'll be doing some social media marketing to get the word out there about my company. We'll be at makers fairs such as Strawberry Swing, and eventually we'll be going to cocktail festivals around the United States. The target market for bars is going to be just meeting face-to-face. So the strategy for that is just calling people up, asking if we can meet, and then finding out about their vibe they want to create, any trends they're noticing, and kind of really being able to customize for them. Eventually, I'll work with a distributor, which will widen my reach. The 3-year projections here, you can see in year 1, that's assuming we're only selling the gift sets that I have available now, so that's 100 gift sets. In year 2, that's assuming I get the seed money I need to be able to scale, and then I can start selling wholesale. I'm also renting a kitchen that year so that I have more space to make bitters. In year 3, it changes again because I'm working with a distributor, which traditionally takes about 30%. I'm also working with a bottling company at that point so that I'm able to make a lot more at a time. Startup cost, you can see what I've already spent here, what I've spent it on. You can also see what I would need to scale. Kind of the total at the bottom there is about $10,000. I'd be using the funds to buy the bulk ingredients, buy the larger jars to make them in, as well as some marketing things. If I was able to secure more than $10,000, I would like to expand beyond just bitters and be able to come up with cocktail kits. What I've heard back from a few of my consumers is that they really like a kit that has everything you need to make a cocktail. So that's kind of what I'd like to expand over to. Our milestone so far is I have 4 bitter gift sets. So you can see at the bottom there's the whiskey lover set. At the top, there's a chocolate lover set. And then the 2 at the bottom are artist lovers. So I've got female artists and I got male artists, and they're all creative flavors based on those artists' preferences. I've also had some events around town already, and it's been really fun getting out to the public, hearing feedback about the bitters. Everybody's had a really great time at those. And I've also had some help along the way. So if you're somebody that's helped me make a logo, put the labels on bottles, come to an event, help me take pictures, thank you so much for helping me so far. The team. Hi, my name's Jennifer. I've been an art teacher for 11 years, and so I feel like I'm a good fit for this because teaching arts really had me learn so many different things about visual design, as well as managing my time, multitasking, getting along with lots of different people, public speaking, all those things have been very important. I've also owned my own company called KC Art Party since 2014. So I have some experience with starting a company from the ground up. Started out just going into people's homes, and then in 2018, I started going into local businesses. So restaurants, bars, you can see One Life Fitness here on the screen. So I have had some experience going out, meeting with people, talking about how we can work together to have events, and it's been very valuable. I've also made my own website, done social media marketing, and some of those things. I've had a lot of fun so far with Good Bitter Best. Every day there's a new problem to solve, and I love creative problem solving, so it's been a fun adventure. I hope you'll choose to join us on our adventure as we journey on. You can follow us at Good Bitter Best on social. My email address is there if you'd like to contact me about learning more or tasting the bitters. And please go to our website, Good Bitter Best, to find recipes and to buy the bitters. So sometimes life is good, sometimes life is bitter. Let's mix them together to make it the best. Thanks for watching.